Hey, hello everybody. Still Swimmer here for the IFBB section of the bodybuilding.com forum. Sipping on a hard root beer. Saw it at the grocery store, figured I'd give it a try. Tastes like root beer with alcohol. What do you know? All right, this video is, I know it's been a long time since the Olympia, but as usual, I want to give sufficient time for the trolls to kind of, filter their way off the forums. But there wasn't too many this year, post Olympia show, I guess, because it was such a non-controversial show this year. And so I didn't get to see all the women's events. So normally I would do like the reviews of the other events, which I will do, but it's more going to be like a highlight type of thing. And then I'll get to the main show, the Mr. Olympia. All right. So for bikini, Ashley Kaltwasser wins, and Janet Leigh gets second. I didn't see the bikini, so I don't know if I would agree with this decision or not. Even if I saw the show, I'm horrible at seeing which way the judges are going to go there. Um, in fitness, Oksana Grishina repeats her Olympia victory, so she's a two-time champ now and did her Black Swan routine that she did at the Arnold Classic, which was pretty awesome and very entertaining. And she really gets into her routines and stuff, so really cool. In figure, we had a new champ, Latoria Watts. Overthrew the reigning champ Nicole Wilkins. Nicole Wilkins, though, has lost the title before and then come back to repeat it. So who knows? Maybe she'll win again in the future. But I've only started following figure recently, and I even got a chance to tell Latoria Watts the same thing at the post-show seminar. How I've only started watching figure recently, and so, but I knew like right when I saw her, and I was like, it's just a matter of time before she becomes champion because she has that great structure. She has the really teeny tiny waist. She projects well on stage and good V tapered and flaring quads and everything. So I think for her it was mainly a conditioning thing. And but yeah, it was like her and Nicole up there. And the thing with like Nicole is like Nicole looks like pretty jacked. Like for those who don't know, she's like I don't know, like if you see her straight on, like I've seen her in person a couple of times, like up close, and she looks kind of skinny, but then like she kind of like turns and moves and stuff, and her arms are like huge for like a bigger girl and stuff. Like she looks almost like a physique girl. Um, she might have been slightly smaller this year, I don't know. But anyways, I don't really think necessarily that. I mean, Nicole Wilkins said at the post-show seminar that she was a little bit off her best, but not super off, and that she thinks she can come back and win. I don't know because I didn't see the two next to each other and stuff like that, but from seeing Nicole up close at the Run Everything Labs booth with Dana Lynn Bailey and Rob Bailey, I was there, and when I happened to go there to take a picture with DLB and Rob, and there were two people were having a great time with the fans and stuff, and everyone was just having a good time doing shenanigans basically, and they even shared like these ginger snap, like gingerbread type cookies that they had from Denmark. Uh, Sweating here. It's really not even hot in here right now. I'm sweating just because it's so humid. And anyways, um, so yeah, I was there, and then like right after I took pictures with DLB and Rob, I was gonna ask Dana to sign my our picture from last year, or not last year, the year before when DLB won the women's physique uh, Olympia. But anyways, as soon as I was gonna ask her, Nicole Wilkins showed up and took a picture with them as well and stuff like that, and started talking a little bit. But so I got to see her, and but yeah, that's what I'm telling you guys. How if you see her straight on, she looks like skinny, like a figure girl. But then it's like when she's moving around and turning, you see her shoulders and her arms. She looks like pretty buff. And anyways, that's neither here nor there. Point is, she got second, but she looked great. And as a side note, like I've seen like the past couple of years, it's kind of embarrassing. I saw Nicole Wilkins, and I like my dad was like, "Hey, you don't want to take a picture with her?" I was like, "No, I don't even know who that is." I was like, because I didn't realize it was Nicole Wilkins because I didn't recognize her. Because before that, I had only seen her at the Arnold Classic webcast, and where she was in the off season, so she looked like really different. And then I've seen pictures of her online, like where her makeup's a little different, and she looks like different in every single picture. So for some reason, I don't know why it's really hard for me to like actually recognize Nicole Wilkins in person, like recognize her face. But this was like the first time after like three or four times seeing her that I actually recognized it was her. Um, Anyways, on to men's physique. Jeremy Buendia wins again, repeat champion, and it seemed like it was kind of, you know, wouldn't say it was close, but it felt like it was close. Like when I first saw like the call out and stuff, and when I saw Jason Poston, I was like, okay, this guy's gonna be in the running because he was like being touted as a front runner, and I was like, right when he walked out, I was like, this guy's gonna be a front runner. I didn't catch the whole men's physique show, but I caught some of it. When Sadiq came out, who is my favorite physique competitor, I was like, he looks like he's gonna win. He looks like Mr. Physique Olympia. He looks like this is the year. And and then his stage presence, like, because a lot of people don't realize in men's physique, kind of like with bikini, the stage presence counts for a lot more. Like it actually explicitly counts towards the judging. Whereas like in bodybuilding, it's not an official criteria, but you can't help but notice it. Excuse me. Whereas in men's physique and bikini, like it actually is part of the judging criteria. Like your stage presence does count. And so Sadiq nailed it, like right, knocked it right out of the ballpark with that. And he was full, he was tight, and his stage presence was on point. And but then the moment Jeremy came out, I was like, it's all over. Like, nope, Sadiq's coming in second, man, because that's when you saw him next to each other, that's when you could really tell. It's like, nope, Jeremy's abs are just too good. That's Sadiq's only flaw, is just that his abs could be a little bit deeper and tighter. And I don't know if it's even a body fat issue. I think it could just be a water issue. Maybe that's where his body holds water. Maybe his abs just need to be even a little thicker, as weird as that may sound, because I know some people would be like, it might make his waist look thicker overall, and that maybe that might not be good. I don't know. But I'm just saying that might be the issue. Maybe his abs just need to be more developed because his serratus and obliques are very developed. His abs just don't pop out as quite as much as those, side muscles. Um, but yeah, that was good. And I don't even like men's physique, but when I saw that last call out, I was like, wow, like that got me excited. Like that got me excited to watch the show. And there was people, and it was weird though. It was people in the crowd. This guy I was talking to, and he was like, we were watching the women's physique, which I'll get to right now. And he's like, yeah, I mean, these girls look nice and everything, but I mean, it's kind of boring to me. I don't even follow this. I'm just waiting for the men's physique. And I was just thinking, yeah, I was like, and I even said, I was like, to me, men's physique's a little bit boring because they don't even pose. They just stand there. And I don't know, the guy looked like kind of butthurt about it. But really, I mean, like the men's physique guys don't even pose, so how can it even be exciting? Um, so that's why I was like, yeah, whatever. And but that last call out for men's physique was exciting simply because you like felt the tension and you felt like the excitement and stuff like that. Um, but yeah, so that was cool. And anyways, on to but I was thinking like, why would you stand there? Because this was the finals already. Why would you stand there for however long it takes for all of the women to do their routines and yet you find it boring? Just to wait for the men's routines, like to me that doesn't make sense. Like you could be playing Angry Birds or something, or you'd be getting like some free samples and then come back after one or two booths and you'll make it in time for the men's physique. But anyways, that's neither here nor there. He can't please everyone, I guess. So then we saw the women's physique, and I mean not then, right? I mean I went backwards there, uh, because we saw women's physique and then men's physique, and what you call it after I guess women's physique, I had gone somewhere else. I went to the gifted nutrition booth, if I remember correctly, and then when that was over, came back and saw the end of the men's physique, like the very last call out or whatever. Maybe I'm getting my days mixed up. I don't even know anymore. But anyways, point being, let's move on to the women's physique. So in women's physique, Juliana Malacarne wins again. She's a two-time champion. Kira Newman, a newcomer who came from bodybuilding, moved down to women's physique, got second, and that was great. Like I saw the last call out between those two, and that was awesome. It was like, to me, it seemed neck and neck. I think I don't know if it was the lighting or what, because in pictures it looked like Juliana's abs were tighter. That in some of the pictures I saw, but when I was there in person, it looked like Kira's abs were a little bit tighter. So maybe it was just the angle or the lighting or something. I don't know. But it looked neck and neck. Really, the only thing I could pick out was Juliana's legs were a little bit bigger, especially from the side. Her quad sweep looked a little bit nicer. Kira Newman's glutes were tighter, but I think they were too tight. They were a bit striated, and I know that when women's physique first came out, it was explicitly explained in the criteria that the judges do not want to be seeing striated glutes in women's physique, which is weird because like in some of the smaller shows, like some of the winners did have them, but it could also just be because the winner was better at something else than the other competitors. Like maybe they had better structure, maybe they had better fullness, or round muscle bellies, whatever. Point being, I think Juliana definitely deserved the win. And next year, also, for those who don't know, women's physique and figure are all going to be scaled back in terms of what the judges are going to be rewarding conditioning wise. So they think like it's getting a little bit too conditioned, a little too lean and strided and hard. So they're going to scale it back to what closer to what it was originally intended as. And I'll leave that as the video for right now. Oh, and a lot of new people in the top five. Sabrina Taylor, you know, stayed out of the competition this year. So did Danielle and Bailey, stayed out of the competition this year for business reasons, and Sabrina Taylor for more personal reasons. And so it was a lot of new people in the top five. Karina Nascimento didn't quite make it there, but I did see her at one of the booths, and I told her, regardless of your placing, the point is you improved your package, and I know from the interviews you wanted to bring your abs in tighter, and they were definitely tighter than they were last year. So congratulations on that. And she was like, "Ah, thank you, whatever." And then I got hugged. So, anyways, yeah. So Juliana McCartney repeats, and I will leave that as the last thing I say for this video. In the next video, I'll go over the men's 212 and then the Mr. Olympia.